Peace and love, peace and love. What's good? What's good? Seatbelt, seatbelt, seatbelt. Man, I just thought of this. I wasn't even planning to do or say this, but so this was like the first jacket, or first design of jacket that I developed or whatnot, and I ended up getting like a couple more with the intention of selling them, right? But I sat with them for so long, and like just never really made a move with them. Like I never really actually tried to sell them. I just had them in case someone ever asked me for one. I would have one to sell, but I never like pushed it. I mean, I did have it on the website. They are available. They're still on the website, DYIG.store. But I never like pressed the issue. So last weekend rather, I had a photo shoot, right, for DYIG. And so I brought like not all, but I brought like a lot of DYIG gear. I had really one look in mind that I knew I was gonna do, but I just brought a bunch of extra stuff in case I wanted to do something extra, which I didn't. But in doing that, I ended up pulling out like one of the fresh black jackets, right? So just now I was about to say that I pulled out a fresh black jacket, but in me even considering to say that, I was like, well, dang, what about my jacket, the old jacket that I've been wearing? I don't know. I still have another like new one. And I'm thinking like, what if I like give those away? I don't know. I might come up with something to like give those away. The actual one that I wore, like the first ever jacket. And then, I don't know. I don't know about that one. Maybe just the new one, you know. There's one more new one left, and maybe that'll just be the last one of these jackets. And I might just give that away, and you'll be the one person that has the jacket other than me. And if I give away the one that I actually wore, then I guess that person will have that one. But I don't know. I'm not so sure on that one yet. If anybody want one that I wore or something like that, that might be a little much. All right, so anyway, the reason I was making a video was because I just wanted to say, man, we are so close, and really, honestly, it's actually already time. I guess I should say it that way. It's already time. I guess we're close to like actually narrowing down who these people are that we're about to build with. It's close. Like the more that we continue, those of you who have actually been doing the work, working on yourself, working on your attitude, working on your personality, your character, you know, striving to live righteous, just be a better person all around. Like those of you who have been doing the work, that has been creating like a filter system for you, in a sense. It's like by you doing the work, it's highlighting to you some of the people that have been around you. It's showing you some things about some of those people that maybe you knew all along and ignored, or maybe you didn't know and now you see something that you're like, I don't know about that. You know, whatever the case is, in this time right now, like you're seeing exactly who some people are, and you may not like it now, or not even that you don't like it, but you know that it's not really good for you. You know what I mean? Like Like it may be nothing like literally against the person you may love or care about the person, but just where you are going or where you are now is some things that you're just not able to just kind of deal with for your health, you know, for your mental. It's some things that you just ain't trying to deal with that no more. So you've been kind of filtering people out. You've been, and it's not that you're like physically doing it. It's almost like naturally happening right now. Like things are just showing up. Things are just happening to work out certain ways. Some people are just saying certain things to you that you like, are you really saying that to me right now? Like what's going on with the world right now? But this was all divine. Like this is all the way it was supposed to happen. So, you know, I've been here making these videos saying like, you know, we got to work on all these things before we start building together. But I think what I need to say now is that like the reality is the time to build is actually now. It's actually been. We've been in the time of building. But what I have been looking to do is to create a group of people, not even create, but to bring together a group of people, but it's also multiple groups of people. Bringing them together though with common goals, common objectives. And you know, this group over here, the specifications, qualifications, or whatever, what have you, it may be different from this group, but I'm a part of both groups, you know, because I'm building something different with different groups of people. But I'll also be able to, in most of these groups, I'll be able to have certain people that I'm able to also utilize in another group, or, you know, not even utilize, because I don't want this to sound like I'm in control of it, like I'm the master of it. That's not what I'm trying to say, and I hope y'all don't receive it that way. But you can substitute it in you for the eyes that I'm using. We will be able to, you know, say I'm building some musical things right now. But every musical artist or producer or people involved with music in general that I deal with, all of them aren't necessarily connected to one another. You know what I mean? But I'm connected to each of them. So in a sense, they are connected in a larger group, but they'll still be their individual group. But I'm working with multiple artists and multiple producers right now doing multiple projects. And it doesn't limit either group that I'm a part of each group. It doesn't limit either group from progressing. Other than my physical presence, that would be the only thing that's limited is my physical presence, but I don't have to physically be present for these groups to still continue to do what they do. You know, they're not dependent upon my presence. But when I'm present, you know, it's always gonna be, I guess, a plus, I guess. I mean, I don't mean that like in a way, man. Y'all know me though, so I really don't have to explain that. But I really explain that for people who don't know me. But when I am able to be present, I know that it is a plus for me to be there. I don't have to, but y'all know. So yeah, but just like it's gonna be a plus whenever you're present, you know, like that's what I'm saying. You know, it's all of us actually possess this. It's just having the knowledge of how to actually access it or tap into that. It's so much opportunity, and right now the opportunity is great for us to build. because now we can actually, in this time, create a competitive market. And not to compete with each other, but I'm saying to compete with the system or the structure that's in place. There are currently more jobs available than people looking for jobs. And y'all can look that up, you know, if that sounds just like something I just spit out of the air. There are currently in the United States more jobs available than there are people actually applying for jobs. So that means that a lot of businesses, and you're definitely seeing it in your community, wherever you live, you're seeing it, whether you're seeing it in the grocery store shelves not being fully stocked, which we've kind of been dealing with that for a while now, you know, just certain things, but at one point they had gotten pretty much stocked back up, and now we're looking at that slim shelves again. So whether you're seeing it in your grocery store, or I mean, even your Dollar Trees are seeing it, but you might see it in that way. You may see it in the gas prices being higher. You may see it in certain businesses or restaurants that you go into. Your wait time might be longer, or either your food ain't as quality as it once was. It's not as good. It's not as fresh. Not as hot. It ain't as, you know, there's so many changes right now that you're seeing in your community. Things that are not what they used to be, and things that we took for granted. You know, we're seeing, because of certain factors, things are being affected. Because of the shortage of truck drivers, there's you know what I'm saying, there's delays on, you know, things being shipped and delivered, you know, from warehouse to retail, or, you know, there's a lot of factors playing a part right now as to why we don't have certain things, why certain things are not what they once were. And so, my bad, I just thought of something. I was trying to see if I can find it. But so you're seeing that in your community, and so what I'm saying is, now is a great time for the entrepreneur to kind of step in and offer some of these services, because you may have the ability to have your product in hand, whereas the store might be waiting on a delivery driver. Or if you have your CDLs, it might be a good time to get into the trucking game, you know, and you know, come in and bid on some of these, getting some of these wholesalers that are looking to get their product to retail, or moving product from one side of the country to the other, you know. And you can probably work at your own pace. I'm not really too heavy in the trucking industry, but, you know, I got some family members that are, and I feel like this is probably a strong time for them to kind of choose where they would want to work, you know, because everybody's needing the drivers right now. So it might be opportunities as a private contractor to get in on some of these opportunities. But yeah, I think that we have to understand that a lot of my videos are like preparing us mind, body, and soul for this time to build. But I don't want us to be forever, well, because the reality, you will forever be working on yourself. You know, you'll never reach that place of perfection. You know what I mean? It's like a constant work to just be better each day. So you're going to do that for the rest of your life. You know, it's just important that you start that process of being honest with yourself and working on those things, working on those struggles, working on those traumas, working on those internal things that hold you back, that create fear and doubt in you about your ability to do things. You're going to have to Continue to do that work. You got to do that work. You must do that work. And you're going to do that for the rest of your life. But, you know, as you get better, you know, it's going to be, it's almost, I don't want to say, because you're not too late. You're not too late. But it's a good time to get started with one thing at least. It's a good time to start with one business, one idea that you could do for yourself, to create for yourself. You already seeing it in the area of the, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're one of those people who chose to do it, then you may not see this problem necessarily on your job. But if you chose not to, you may be soon, if not already, faced with, you know, losing your job because you haven't gotten that. So if that has been your choice not to, and this is going to affect your income and the money that you utilize to take care of your family, do you have another plan of how you will make money in that time? Because if not, I promise you, you sincerely are going to want to think on that and be thinking of that plan of how you're going to do that when that time comes, if that time comes. You know, don't wait until that call is made, that then you're in a panic to figure out how can you create additional income. Like, the time has actually already come, you know. But I wanted to share with you all a lot of the things that I have personally experienced in my efforts to grow to a place that I could be a person to coordinate and be a part of, you know, mass, not even mass, but, you know, group economics and community building. Like, I had to make sure that I have been working on myself, that I could even be utilized in something like this. You know, a lot of times in our community in the past, the reason why a lot of us don't want to work together is because we've been hurt by one another. You know, somebody has come in, you know, to be a savior, or, you know, that's how we view him, as a savior, and we put total faith, commitment, and finances into them, only for them to later turn around and leave you hanging high and dry. And those are people who have followers or a following, and that's why I'm not coming to you asking you to follow me. I'm asking you to join me side by side, you know, in building something together. It's not mine, it's not yours, it's ours. And, you know, our families for generations to come will have something. They will have something that that they can start with. They will have something that they can build upon, you know. But like I said, in order for that to really work with us, we had to kind of undo and erase a lot of the mental damage that's been done to us over time. So I just really wanted to talk about that today. Like, it's not a rush, and it's not necessarily super urgent, but I do want us to understand that we are going to have to actually get up and start building at some point. We're not going to be able to just do week after week after week after week, Monday and Fridays, YouTube videos, and we only are dealing with healing, which is important. But I don't want anybody to get caught in the loop of just watching the videos with no action. You know, I don't want anybody, if you follow me on Instagram, I don't want anybody to be liking all my posts but never taking action. It's not for the views and likes anymore. You know, it's for the knowledge, it's for the information, making sure it gets in your hands some way, shape, or form. If you're a person that views me as somebody that you listen to, or that you feel I'm important, or you feel that I know a lot, okay, fine. Well, you may not be getting it in other areas, but if you pay attention to me and listen to me, at least I know that this knowledge is getting to you. Now, what you choose to do with the knowledge once you get it is totally up to you. I can't control you in that. But I hope that, like I said before, that you all are taking this information and going and researching it for yourself first before you listen to anything that I'm saying. And I'm not saying reject everything that I'm saying, but I'm just saying you don't have to swallow and digest everything that I say as soon as I say it. But do your research. Find out if there's any truth in what I'm saying. A lot of times you're going to fear it and doubt it because it's not your normal. It's not what you're used to. It's not what you've been doing. But that's when you have to take a look at your past, look at your life, and see if what you have been doing has been getting you the desired result or outcome that you've been looking for. Has your life truly changed doing it the way you've been doing it? Have you entered into that place that you want to be, where you see yourself financially, or where you wanted to live, or what kind of car you wanted to drive? Are you there yet? If not, okay, then are we looking at serious ways of how we can get there? And it's not even always about those material things, but I have to start there and talk a language that people understand until they understand a higher knowledge or a greater understanding, So, man, I love all y'all, and I hope that y'all aren't just getting caught in the loop of just watching these, because that's not what this is for. My Instagram, I said I was going to break the pattern of doing the photo and then something else, photo and something else, the stagger or the checkerboard. I said I was going to stop that, but it ended up being that I'm having content to do it now because I'm being more intentional with getting more content, taking more photos, getting more things to share with y'all, more knowledge, more information, more guidance, more wisdom, more tips, more health things. I definitely want to start sharing more of that. But I don't want to be telling you or sharing things that I ain't even trying or dealing with myself. So that's why a lot of the things I haven't gone too far. I can only lead you where I've been. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's levels to that. There's levels to that too, because that was something real right there. Like, but some places I may not have been physically, but I've been and I've seen. So I know what we will accomplish in the end. I know what we will accomplish. I just hope that you're one of those that were a part of the building and not one of those that will eventually be begging. Peace and love. I love y'all.